Cratchit, you're late.
Sir,
What do you mean by coming in here at this time of day?
I'm very sorry, sir. I am behind my time, sir.
You are indeed. Step this way, Mr. Cratchit, please.
It's only once a year, sir. It won't be repeated. I was making rather merry yesterday, sir.
I'm sure you were. Well, we won't beat about the bush, my friend. I'm not going to stand this sort of thing any longer, which leaves me no alternative but to raise your salary.
There were a series of announcements, including the following: a windmill update. The following Rotarians have volunteered to help with parking at the Windmill Museum on Saturday, December 3, from 4:30 to 8:30 p.m. That includes Terry Gaff, Diana McCreary, Denise Landers, Al Huth, Tom Jansen, and Jerry Jansen. Bell ringing buildings will be set up at noon on Sunday, November 20th. The volunteers include Larry Doyle. He claims that he's the boss. R.J. Roos, the true mastermind of the operation. Terry Gaff, Jerry Jansen, Andy Strack, and Fred Cree, who may be the leader of a coup to seize the role of leadership. At the November 29 meeting that will be held at Jen's Bistros, we will have our annual meeting and election of officers. There have been a series of nominations made for next year's leadership positions. I will let you know individually by the end of this week if you have been nominated for a spot so that you can indicate both your willingness and ability to serve. One of the main issues that we have for this upcoming fiscal year is that there will be a gap for the president-elect, aka the vice president spot. So we need somebody to step in and serve under Jenna Anderson, and that next year then they would be the president. So you would surpass being the treasurer or the secretary, so some people might be interested in that. We are going to have our Christmas dinner at Hostler Realty, and remember that's on December 13th. I have not received any updates from the party committee yet, and so hopefully they're on it. While I mentioned that the bell ringing buildings were going up on Sunday, November 20th, I failed to mention that there was a sheet passed around by Lisa Charles dealing with the sign up for December 17th at Kroger's. So make sure you sign up for your spot. Lisa Charles announced that the dog washing Saturday was very successful, and she had more than enough Interact Club members, and they raised a total of $700 to $800 that will be going to the Noble County Humane Shelter. Good job there, Lisa, and East Noble Interact Club. Casey Weimer led us in 3 songs this evening. One was Old MacDonald, the other one was Rotary, spelling out Rotary, and the last one was a heartfelt happy birthday to Al Huth. Donna Wolf was in charge of the raffle card drawing, and the winner of the prize was Tyler Knox. Second place was Tyler Knox. The bad thing is that he did not pull out the correct card, and so he did not win the big bucks, which was about $94. RJ was the sergeant this evening, and the fines went as follows. Doug Jansen was fined for winning an election. Tyler Knox was fined for winning the raffle, but also for bringing out the quote-unquote best in Casey Weimer's dogs. He tried to fine me, but I knew the answer to his trivia question. Al Huth, the birthday boy, was fined because he failed to bring in treats to celebrate his birthday. RJ had every Rotarian pull out $1, and then he picked a number at random, and he picked 7, and anybody who had 7 as the last digit on the serial number did not have to give it up, which means I think Dave Hunter was the only one that did not have to pay. There were a couple of 3 brag bucks. Donna Wolf for Oak Farm in his first basketball game ever. Doug Jansen in procuring Paul Thorne for the March 25th concert at the CLC. And Denise mentioned that The Power of the Purse was a phenomenal success. They grossed $30,000 plus and then will net $22,000. That is awesome. The program this evening was held first, and it was led by Julie Tipton, who invited a friend and colleague named Jennifer. I missed her last name, but she is the director of the play that's going to be held at the CLC on December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and it's called A Christmas Story. Not a Christmas Carol, but A Christmas Story. Jennifer mentioned that there's a total of 10 people in the play, and some of them play more than one role. And they come from as far away as Toledo. There's an actor that makes that trek whenever they have practice, but we also have actors from Auburn, Kendallville, and Fort Wayne, and looking forward to seeing that play again on December 2nd, 3rd, and a matinee on the 4th. Because Jennifer had to leave early to go and direct the play, Julia Tipton took over and did what she does so well, and that is to brag about the awesomeness that is the Community Learning Center. She made lists of various organizations in the community that play a role in the CLC. Some are nonprofits, some are not, and they all look to rent some space somewhere or another in the CLC. And she uses the word collaboration a lot. She likes the idea that, for example, the YMCA collaborates with the CLC for different athletic events, different sporting events. A few things that caught my attention would be the fact that there's going to be a farmer's market at the CLC sometime this Christmas season. Another one was Basket Brigade. And the fact that there's been some recognition that some of the turkeys are going to waste. People find them in trash containers because the people they're given to do not know how to cook it. So part of the collaboration between the Basket Brigade group and the CLC is to try to teach families how to cook them, either in an oven or some kind of Instapot or some other kind of cooking device. Next calendar year at the CLC, there's also going to be a presentation of Ken Burns' The Holocaust, and there's going to be a panel of people there having a conversation afterward, and I'm looking forward to being in attendance for that. Julia mentioned another collaborative effort, this time between Apple Tree and the CLC. The goal is for people at CLC to make bowls, and for people to purchase those bowls for $25, and then they would be filled with soup made by the Apple Tree organization. Julia's most recent passion is pictured to the right of your screen, and it's about the idea of how do we build our community, how do we get young people to become more engaged than what they are. And so the focus is servant leadership and civic engagement. And so that certainly makes sense. And we had 2 guests today from East Noble, and they're Interact students, Addie Dills and Rachel Hand, and they certainly would fit the bill for servant leaders. And to wrap things up, Julia mentioned that we have a Christmas in Kendallville extravaganza December 1st through the 4th, and there's going to be the Christmas market, like I mentioned earlier, the Santa Stroll, Christmas Parade, Visit with Santa, Christmas movie, and a bunch of other fun stuff. And so we appreciate her giving all of this good information to Rotary so that we can be a part of making Kendallville a better place to live. All that's left for this RAZZ is for RJ to do his thing. See you next week.
A number of you I know, you work out regularly, you have your routines. Larry, I know you have your workout routine. Doug, dig into your workout routine. And Brian swims 100 miles a week. So I decided I got a new workout routine. So Monday I lift. And Tuesday, I do cardio. And then Wednesday, I take 15 years off. And then I start over.
Impressive.
Yeah. You can follow my example if you like. So with that, will you all please rise and join with me in the 4-way test of the things we're going to say.
Spare to long-term, goodwill and better friendships will be beneficial to all concerned.